Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Sean, and welcome to the Twin Moons channel. Today, in this February 5 check-in, it's February 5 here in Australia. If it's not where you are, it soon will be. I've been drawn to talk about attachment, judgment, and the balance between internal and external life. In particular, I've noticed a few light workers, genuine light workers, who their heart's in the right place, and they're very focused on trying to achieve the best for themselves and their community and the broader humanity. But a bit of unbalancing, imbalance has been seen that leads to judgment. And there's been two events in the last week that I've observed. One of them was aimed at me, and I accepted that for what it was, as a opportunity for me to understand a mirror aspect of myself, which is that we're always tempted, if you'd like, via ego, to exercise judgment in a particular scenario. So it might be that I know something that you don't. It might be that my belief is right and yours is wrong. At the end of the day, everybody has a right to their point of view and their view, but you also have an ability to decide and to discern what you will take on board and what you won't, and how you then interact with your other selves, those others that are around you, that often are mirrors of you, is really important. And being mindful of your own reactions. What can sometimes occur is that emotions can get involved as well. That in fact, I noticed in one instance that I was getting emotional. But it wasn't emotional because I wanted to defend a point of view. It was emotional because my point of view was being attacked. And so this is a subtle difference. This is not a situation where you're defending your point of view. It's simply that you're defending your right to a point of view. And everybody has an absolute right to a point of view. Others may disagree with you, and that's perfectly fine. But the world is designed to support your ego, not to support who you truly are as an infinite being. And so often what you'll find is that ego-based judgment and retaliation, very much tit for tat, or watching the ball go either side of the net, backwards and forwards in a tennis match, can sometimes draw you in without you even being aware. And that's where your mindfulness comes in. Really just take a step back, assess how you are responding. Is it the way you want to? And then adjust your point of view and your approach. That's certainly the lesson that I took out of the interaction. And then you can choose whether you wish to continue to participate in that interaction. In this case, I chose not to. And that's perfectly fine, because at the end of the day, you have absolute free will to decide what you will and won't talk to whomever you like. Another aspect is the distraction that external judgment causes. Because if we look at people in the awakening or New Age community, as it used to be known, and that's a program all of its own, if you have a look at newcomers, newly awakened individuals, there's a natural tendency to want to follow individuals, follow groups, follow paths, and to learn as much as possible. There's a hunger to do that. And as I'm reminded in reading a book just the other day, that's a normal aspect, but it distracts from you going to your true source, which is internally driven. It's by internal learning that you fundamentally will gain awareness and understanding. These other external learning opportunities, which includes this very channel and the documents that I might publish up on my website, they should be viewed as an opportunity for you to do your own work, not to just take on board and follow blindly, particularly blindly, the followings or teachings of somebody else. Because what might be true from my perspective may well not be from yours, or it may not be the best approach for you. But you won't even know what that is if you're too busy caught up in the following of others. So I can't stress strongly enough that all paths are equally valid, but the best path is the internal one. And that everybody will eventually circle around in your own time, hopefully, and start doing the internal investigation, which can only be achieved if you pay attention to your internal messages, to your light team. You give space for those messages to come forward, and you continue to exercise your discernment, because just as you can have external parties interfering with your learning and teaching opportunities, so there can be multidimensional parties that you have to learn to discern who's a true supporter and guide for you and who's not, because there are plenty of tricksters, shall we say, low-key types that pop in, and they're more than happy to take you out of balance. They're more than happy to lead you down the wrong path. The only problem is initially the way they do that is to supply you really valuable and really useful information, some of which can be very, very positive for you. You just have to learn to discern the point at which it's not valid anymore. That's true of channeled materials, whether it's you doing the channeling or automatic writing or whatever form that might take, or you reading channeled materials by others. It's really a perfect opportunity to exercise your mindfulness, your assessment and discernment, because at the end of the day, the only true test is an internal one. It's your own higher self working with you and the totality, which is all of you, because you're not all fully engaged right here, right now, to discern and to understand what your objective truth is. And it can seem like it's an opinion, it can seem like a belief, but once you experience, and your truth, you'll have experiences to support it. So once you experience those events, they'll cease to be just beliefs, and they'll become your truth. That doesn't invalidate anybody else's, because other people are having their experiences. And remember, we all have the experiences we're meant to have, that we're ready to have, and that are applicable to this point in our journey, both in terms of the life as well as our overall journey of evolution of consciousness. So, look, I would just to reiterate, I think there's a clear point of non-judgment that underpins all of what I'm saying. I thought I would jump in with a quick check-in today. It's been quite a few days since I did my last one, and so just wanted to raise this as a topic. If you care to leave some comments, so your points of view, please share those, and I look forward to any dialogue or any conversation that we might have online. If any of this triggers you, I'm sorry, not meant to trigger, but it's meant to open eyes. So with that, have a fantastic day, evening, morning, whatever it might be in your part of the world, and see you soon. Bye-bye.